It's probably really late where everybody is, so I'm gonna do a love vibes read. Um, so yeah, greetings, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome. What's up? Greetings, existing. I really just wanted to do a collective love vibes read with my new deck. Shout out to Love Bay Rose Bay. Sorry, it says Rose Bay Tarot for gifting me another deck. So this is a full on deck, like for real, a full stack. It's an Oracle deck, and I love the size, and I love the whole. Um, this kind of reminds me of like the old Venice, um, Venetian, Aphrodite, you know, that whole type of vibe. So it's very romantic art. So I'm gonna use my new deck from gifted to me from Rose Bay Tarot. This is her deck that she created. She's not selling this deck. She just gifted it to me. So I'm grateful. Thank you again, sis. If you're watching this, thank you. And I'm also going to use her tarot deck that she gifted me as well. I've used it a few times on the channel, so I will use another of her deck as well. I know a lot of gifted creative ladies, and I'm grateful for them, you know, sharing their gift with me and also supporting my gifts as well, my, you know, creative things that I do as well. I'm grateful. How did it turn blue? Interesting. Anywho, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm just going to do a collective overall energy. It is late where we are. Well, it's late where I'm at. It might be early for some of you or whenever you watch this. But, you know, if this reaches you at the divine right time, let's go ahead and get into it. I don't want to talk anybody's ear off for too long. Okay, we've already blessed the cards. So I just ask for divine wisdom to come through. And divine wisdom, divine guidance. So far we have 2 cards. Let me change the lighting because it's just a little too dark. It's vibing, but it's just a little too dark in here. So, okay. So we have unfinished business, loose ends, reoccurring issues that keep popping up, closure. Both sides have teeth. A difficult decision has been put off, but a choice needs to be made. Damn. Heavy hitting energy already. Let's pull a third. I might still pull from this deck. I'm just going to pull one more. Okay, you and I will always be back then. A melancholic longing for a person, place, or time. The feeling that something is missing, a sad yearning. Okay. Damn it, Ray. All right, let's get into it. This is a lot. Holy Spirit. Just give me some more guidance on this tarot. I mean, it's pretty much given a guided message already. I mean, it's already given us something. So, I'm going to just go off intuitively first to say that I'm feeling a lot of different energies, so I'm going to have to try to put it together. You know how readings are sometimes. It's kind of like puzzle pieces. So, I'm going to take my time. I'm getting that whomever this energy is concerning, you could be in a relationship or you could be single. This could be someone from your past. You know, it is Mercury retrograde. As I'm recording this, at least, it may be different when you watch this, you know, after it's already posted or whatever. But the energy that I'm getting from this, it does have an element of that Mercury energy where it is bringing up things that someone is running from, okay? I'm gonna just call it as I see it. I'm getting a feminine energy is kind of like avoiding a situation or avoiding someone from the past. Mind you, you don't have to take anybody back, or if this is your partner, there may be something that happened in the past that you have not addressed or your partner has not addressed. If you are the feminine, it's kind of like an avoidant energy from dealing with this. It does feel like there's something with gossip in this energy, or just too many people putting their mouth on your situation, having far too much to say to you or say to your person, or it's just like something with conversation, right? But I'm getting gossip though. And I feel like it, my brother's listening to Outkast. It's actually, yeah, The Love Below. I think it's The Love Below. Because they had two albums, Big Boy and Andre 3000 had different sections on the album, and he's playing Roses. And ironically, I'm using the rose base hero, and I'm drawn to the roses covering this woman's face or the statue's face. So it's kind of like feminine energy. Maybe you don't want to actually take accountability for something, and I'm just being real. Healing leads to conviction leads to correction, and correction leads to healing and growth. Okay, so if this does not apply to you, don't get offended. But if it is what it is, right? Someone is not taking accountability. They don't want to see something. And I also feel like whoever had their mouth on your situation kind of blinded your perception, if you are the feminine, or blinded, just period, blinded the feminine's perception of this connection, and was actually not able to see that things were actually progressing or growing. It's kind of like, I lost a few people when I said that. I don't give a damn. If it helps somebody, I'm going to say it. Hey, if it makes you mad, it is what it is. We're adults. We don't always get to hear what we want to hear, right? Anyway, yeah, I'm picking up that definitely feminine energy does not want to take accountability for, just doesn't even want to deal with it. It's kind of like, it could be a number of things. Maybe it is a painful situation or things transpired. It's like, I don't even want to deal with it. Let's just leave it where it's at. I don't have time for this connection. I don't have time for this situation, this person. And I feel like there was some shifting, some changes in a positive way, but I feel like there was some gossip involved. You know, people, like I said, putting their mouth on the situation, putting their opinion, even if it wasn't necessarily ill-intended. It could have just been, you know, just taking the counsel of people that didn't really have a place to speak on this situation, or it could even be just negative thinking, you know, self-sabotage and second guessing and causing doubt to get in the ear of this feminine. So there's something definitely that someone is kind of like in limbo. You have not fully decided, or yeah, it could be both parties have not fully decided as to what they want to do. Feminine, I feel like your energy, you haven't fully decided what you want to do with this connection. It's kind of like you're avoiding an issue at hand. You're avoiding the elephant in the room. For some of you guys, you may resonate with dragons. Dragon spirits are coming up. Butterflies as well, so something transformative. But there's a longing here. There is a longing. I feel like it's mutual, but I'm getting an energy actually of a masculine that does like kind of long or wants, you know, something to be revitalized, whether you're in this a relationship or not, or this is like someone maybe that you're no longer connected to. Hey Violet. This person could be the masculine, but it could also be a feminine energy. I feel like it's both parties that do miss each other, but the feminine's running, actually. I'm gonna just call it as I see it. Feminine energy's running. All right, let's pull some tarot on it, because that was just oracle. I don't know if any of you guys resonate with like something with the flower, pink, strawberry moon, pink, something with the pink moon. We have one every year, right? I think we have a strawberry moon every year. I don't know what the date is of that. I'm going to look it up right now, actually, matter of fact. Holy Spirit, can you please give me more detail on this? Can I get, let's see. Ouch. Five of Hearts, Romeo and Juliet. Makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna just keep pulling and then I'll tell you what I see. The Hierophant. The Knight of Hearts. The Sun. The King of Hearts. The Nine of Swords. Four of Wands. The King of Pentacles. The Page of Swords. The Seven of Hearts in reverse, which is the Seven of Cups. Okay, I'm curious. Let me get this old phone real quick and look up when's the next strawberry moon. I believe that's what it's called, or pink moon. Let's see. Or did it already pass? Maybe it already passed. So we had a full pink super moon. Actually, the flower moon will reach its peak after midnight on May 16th. So we had one in May. And the full pink moon was Saturday, April 16th. So it passed. So something significant maybe around that time. Check those dates. Something may have happened around that time. Something with the pink moon. If you're asking about it within this year, 2022, maybe past years. If you're watching this a little bit after that, might be something upcoming with that. I don't know why, but that stood out to me. I felt led to look that up. Now, I'm going to start with the feminine's energy first. Then I'll do masculine's energy next. Feminine energy, I feel like you may think that something is a missed opportunity based off of your disappointment in the situation with the Romeo and Juliet chapter. It's like a book with the story of Romeo and Juliet. So this could have been like a soul bond, so connection that started off very intensely or started off kind of, I'm getting this energy of like a connection where you guys had to maybe hide it from people. You guys may come from different backgrounds or something like that. It's kind of like puppy love feeling, but it's not as simple as puppy love. There's a lot of elements to it. There's a lot of karmic energy in the background. I wouldn't say this connection per se is karmic. I would say the elements around it, like maybe you guys had karmic cycles going on outside of the situation before you guys even came to know each other. You could still be in a connection with one another. Some of you guys, your families may not get along. Your friends may not, or something here where it's like, it's a lot of people involved. Slight bit of drama, but not too much. For some of you, maybe it is a lot of drama. My cat always, it never fails. My cat is trying to come in. Give me a second. All right, thank y'all for your patience. Okay, so yeah, I feel like the feminine energy is thinking that this connection is kind of like something about it kind of depresses the feminine in a sense, or is like, is something ever going to, can we work this out? You two could be getting married, or something with the marriage is involved. There's a lot of references to that. The Hierophant, the Four of Wands, the King of Pentacles is holding a ring in his hand. The Five of Hearts, even though it's kind of a depressive energy, the Romeo and Juliet aspect stands out too. And they got married before they both, you know how it ends. So for some of you, I feel like this connection, it has the ability to maybe lead to that, or one of you wants to marry the other. I do feel like, I don't want to skip to the masculine's energy yet, because I want to tap into the feminine's energy first. But I do get the element, or the energy, the vibe, that it is the intent for this masculine to marry, or you guys have already talked about it, or you guys are engaged, or maybe perhaps you are married. If not to each other, maybe you guys are in marriages, and I'm not here to judge. I'm just calling the energy out as I see it. So I'm not promoting it nor judging. I'm just reading it as I'm getting it. You guys feel, if you're the feminine, you feel like a sense of almost like you are married to this person, or there's some sense of like, it's the right word that I'm looking for. The energy is of marriage. That's what I get from this. It feels like we are married or we are one. It's like a dedication. It's a sense of loyalty. Like it's a secret energy, but it's sacred at the same time. Some of you guys, I feel like the feminine energy, your intent is really not to take what the masculine is given. Ironically, you have a ring pop over the King of Pentacles. The Knight of Hearts has a ring pop. You know those little candies back in the day? They were really popular when I was little, like 90s kid stuff. Y'all know the ring pops. It's a candy ring. And it's right above the King of Pentacles, which is holding an actual ring. A jewelry, actual jewelry. So the intent is like you don't really trust that this masculine is really ready for marriage, or they're capable of giving you what you want or what you need in that sense. Like, can this really produce the right thing for some of you? That is the question. Is this something that can produce the right amount of energy or the right amount of commitment with this person? So the King of Pentacles, I'll get into that in a second, but I feel like, yeah, it's your intentions. You feel like you can't trust this offer. You're not really sure if you can trust this offer. And with the Sun card, I feel like the Sun card can represent that there may be a child that is involved or a child that is to be birthed. Feminine energy, I feel like you are wanting to keep your options open as well. There is a love offer that's coming to you, whether it's coming from the masculine that you have on your mind or not. It's one or the other. Yeah, let me see something real quick. I want to make sure that this is, because I know sometimes like when my brother is on his stuff, it messes with my live, but maybe not. Okay, maybe it's just boring. Okay, anyway. The King of Hearts, I feel like it is an offer of love or someone showing that they do care, being more romantic or more attentive. Okay, someone that's more attentive. Okay, now as far as the masculine energy goes, they're worried about you. They're worried about maybe what you think about them. If you are masculine, it's like your mind is focused on the feminine's well-being, maybe worried about them. There's some type of fear surrounding. I feel like, yes, it's a lot of marriage indicators in this reading. Only thing we're missing is the Lovers and the Two of Cups, but other than that, or a king and a queen of the same suit, but you have the Hierophant. You have the Four of Wands, the King of Pentacles, King of Hearts. Those are the most committed kings in the deck to me, next to the Emperor, of course. And there's a lot of references to rings. Masculine may have a ring already picked out. Like I said, some of you guys are already married, or you guys are planning to get married to each other, like you're already engaged, or there may be an engagement coming, or there's just a lot of desire to marry. And I feel like there's like a specific ring that may be crafted specifically for the feminine, if that makes sense, because it's like, look, he has a tool in his hand. So something with that. I feel like this masculine energy, you feel like this connection has a potential to manifest into marriage, if not a long-term, long marriage. Like you see that in the future. Romeo and Juliet's story was cut short, but they did get married before that whole tragedy happened. So it's kind of like you guys don't want that tragic end. It feels like something here is pulling you apart. They label Romeo and Juliet as star-crossed lovers. It's like a connection that just, it's like a lot of interruptions. It's like an interruption that happens where they come together and something's always coming in between them. It's splitting them up. They cannot openly be together for whatever reason. And it feels like for some reason it's kind of that energy, or I don't feel like it's a doom and gloom like to that depth. if you are with this person, it's kind of like you guys have to keep your connections sacred. You know, not everybody's going to agree with it because there's something about it. There is a sacred agreement. If not marriage already, it will be. But there's something that you guys maybe, I don't know. I don't want to make it too deep, but it is what it is. I feel like some type of divine contract with one another. Like you guys are supposed to be together for some type of reason, not just marriage. Like it's not all full of romance and flowers. It's more to it than that. For some of you, it's a child that's supposed to be born with the sun card. Maybe specifically an actual son, a boy. But yeah, because I'm getting like, yeah, masculine energy, the intention is to wed this feminine. It is. Whether it's traditional forms of marriage or based off of your cultures or whatever, however you go about that, or just your own thing, I'm getting that element. I can't help what I see. The Page of Swords. I feel like the masculine may be hiding something. Because that mask, it's like a devilish mask, maybe wearing an ego. Something happened here that either caused a rift between the two, or allowing both parties, allowing people close to them to get in the middle, or what would people think, get in their head, or I'm not good enough for this is too good to be true, or it's something here. There's an element of fear or an element of some type of interference, and I want to get to the root of it, but I feel it, I sense it here. The Chariot card is at the bottom of the deck and has these two swans on a boat. It's like Five of Pentacles. Yeah, the feminine. It could also be there was some cheating or something in the past, or there's a third party energy here. There's a lot of different scenarios that it could be for you guys, but the basis of this, I do feel like it is some interference that you guys have been dealing with. Okay. And I just feel like the feminine energy is kind of made, not really made up your mind feminine, but I feel like for those of you that resonate with this, it's a feeling of kind of like, I don't know if this is already like dead, like I don't want to deal with this anymore, I don't want to put any more energy into this. Like, yeah, there's love here, but I just want some normalcy, I want some balance, I want, you know, it's something with that. I wouldn't say the feminine's completely checked out, but it's kind of that feeling. Whereas the masculine, I feel like it's the energy of holding on in a way. Seven of Hearts in reverse. Whatever illusions, any deceptions, it's like this, somebody wants this to ground. The Queen of Hearts. Emotional depth, awareness of one's feelings, empathy and nurturing, sentimental and wistful. So feminine energy, that's you. You're typically very emotional, or very nurturing and loving and open and romantic. But I feel like it's becoming a bit tiring for you. Like you're starting to get tired of it. You feel like it's not getting you what you need. Okay. It says, there isn't a word for the things I will do to the people who wrong me. I have so much rage just waiting for someone to wrong me. Overwhelming emotions, erratic moods, ungrounded temperamental, a need for balance. So I feel like feminine energy might be operating in a toxic masculinity right now, where it's like you might be at the point where you want to say F love or F this situation, or it's frustrating. I understand. Let's see. Yeah, Medusa. Spirit wants you to ground the energy, though. There's nothing wrong with having boundaries. You don't want to be too giving and overly emotional, because you become someone that gets tramped all over. You become like this doormat, and that's not what, you know, that's not who you are, right? So you have Medusa. It says, standing your ground, knowing your worth, unwavering and empowered. Very much that bitch, okay? Yeah. Yes. And I feel like that energy might intimidate people, but it's going to intimidate and scare off the ones that are not for your highest good, though. That's the thing. The one that's for you, I feel like they will respect the energy, right? energy, energy, and energy. You know what I'm saying? That energy within you and the energy. All right, so let's see. I want to clarify this with the Rider-Waite. The Star. Yeah, I feel like Spirit doesn't want you to lose faith in love in general. I'm not gonna like say specifically like this situation, but most definitely like have faith. There's a purpose to what's going on right now. Okay, there's a purpose and reason to the situation. I feel like that goes for both of you, to not lose hope and faith no matter what it looks like. You have the Ace of Wands. There will be a surge of new energy. Someone may be inspired to, it's kind of like an energy to utilize whatever divine energy to create a new momentum, a new energy, kind of come out of that Five of Cups energy, Nine of Swords energy. All right, Holy Spirit, ask for divine clarity with these cards. What's going on? The energy. Nine of Wands in reverse and the Magician. So Six of Cups. I do feel if you're in a relationship with each other, this masculine, whoever the masculine is in the situation, I feel like is going to try. They're exhausted. They're tired. They are. But they still have that inner fight to put their energy towards this connection, and they may try to take some type of action to create this new energy, this new beginning. And it might be something that's kind of like quick, fast. It's not going to, it's kind of like Chronos time. I'm hearing Chronos time is like operating in a specific window of timing where it's a crucial timing. It's not something that's always going to be around. So you want to act and seize the moment, as they say, when that time comes. I feel like that's the type of energy this represents. Okay. And the element of Mercury rules the Magician card. So again, that Mercury retrograde aspect, okay, could even be the energy of utilizing tools of communication, whether that be obviously phone, text, email, instant message, DMs, whatever, using some element of communication, okay? Could be something specifically with Wednesday, okay? Uh, hmm. It's like, yeah, this is a tiring situation for the both of you in different ways. So I feel like this is a divine loving connection. Like, you guys do genuinely love one another. You genuinely care about one another. I feel like you guys just need to come into agreement, into alignment. And when I see the Ten of Cups in love readings, or any reading really, it's kind of like you got to think there's the Lovers. There we go. More Mercury energy. When you think about the Ten of Cups, you think about the entire suit of cups. The Ace of Cups being that potential of love and the feeling of love, that divine essence of love, the purity of it, and the Two of Cups being the exchange of love, two people agreeing to exchange or to open up to one another. And then of course you'll have the different aspects of the challenging aspects of the cups, which is the Five of Cups, you know, the disappointment, the Eight of Cups, the walking away and all of that. But that Ten of Cups is kind of like the wish fulfillment at the end. It's the rainbow at the end of the storm. It's like we've been through all of this stuff in our journey in love, separately and together. So this Ten of Cups just makes it all rewarding. It's that final destination after the storm, if you will, after all of the challenges and coming together and creating some type of harmony, some type of balance. This is family. This is love, a healthy home in love, a spiritual, loving, healthy energy. There is children here, of course. There's something with children or a child or just maybe just children in general. But I do feel like you both share this desire to have this harmonious love. And because this connection is sacred, especially with the Lovers is here, so there's more confirmation of marriages and union and all of that. Because this is here, I feel like if you guys choose to walk this path, because I can't say that you're necessarily obligated to be with one another, but it does have a quality of something that you guys are to experience with each other that is um, something here that you guys are to experience that is divine. It's like trying to find the right words. It's something that is like a sacred contract. Thank you, Spirit. I feel like maybe you guys desire to have peace and harmony together that maybe you guys have not had in your own lives growing up or something, like a healthy home. Um, And I feel like Spirit really is saying that this connection needs to be protected at all costs. Like, not everybody needs to know your business. You got to be mindful that the type of connection that you guys may have, it might not be something that everybody is going to experience. So they're not always going to know the right words or the right advice to give you. Some people are not always going to be for it. Some of them may see it in a certain light and say, oh, well, that's not for you. You deserve better than that. But it may not be for their eyes to understand what the divine is doing in this connection. I'm not saying that you should be in toxic relationships or abusive connections and all that. I'm not condoning that whatsoever. Use your discernment. You guys know. Um, some people may not have your best intentions, but this is not a connection that everybody needs to have their eyes and ears on it, or their mouth in your business or on your situation. Or you can't just go to this friend or that girlfriend or your homeboy, whoever, or family member about it, because it's not really for them to say. Pray that divine spirit places divine helpers in your life, in all areas of your life. If you need help specifically with this, pray and ask the divine to send you people that will help you, that will have the right words to say, that have the ability to be an intercessor, a divine intercessor for you and your partner. Because this is a sacred connection. And if this is someone that you are going to marry, or you guys are planning to marry, or you are married, you really need to spiritually protect this connection. That's what I'm getting from this. Because I feel like the factor is who you allow in your space, who you allow to be in your business. And obviously, let's say if people that you have in your life, family, friends, whatever, how strong are you in your connection to say, even if they don't agree with this, if it's not hurting anyone per se, but it's just a matter of stupidity, shallow things. Oh, this woman or this man, they're not the same race as me, or we have different cultures, or this person that I might be 50 years old and this person is 30, 32, right? Or I'm 50 years old and they're 32. Like, what does that look like to people? I'm divorced and I'm married with kids, right? Or I was divorced and I have kids. What does that look like? Bringing this woman that has never been married before or doesn't have kids. What does that look like to people? Or whatever the case may be. It could be anything even more superficial than that. Oh, people are used to me dating this type of person, or they gotta look like this, have these type of figures, or this type of account, what a bank account, whatever. And this person is completely opposite of that. It's like, if it's little things shallow such as those things, who cares? You might be dealing with a situation where people kind of are used to, this is a thing. How do I explain this? Hey, greetings. Sometimes like people will favor a man or a woman that their family member is with solely because they're used to that person of being around their family, especially if the two people have kids together. They may not necessarily be married. It could be like a baby mother, baby father, or just like a girlfriend or boyfriend, or just even a situationship. But it's like everybody, the friends and the family, know this guy or know this girl that you're with, and because they're used to that person, and they may even like have spent time together, they all hang out, but you guys are not fit for each other, you're not healthy, but they want you to be with this person. You might feel the pressure that, okay, it's kind of like these people it's kind of like an arranged marriage in a sense, where people want you to be with a specific person, but that's not who the divine has ordained you to be with, or that's not who your heart says you want to be with. So it might be one of those things. Like if I go back to the Romeo and Juliet aspect in the Five of Cups, they were, their whole thing, the or whatever, if that's even the right word, in the story, or the antagonist aspect of the story was the fact that Romeo and Juliet came from two different families and their families were rivals. So that was always the issue between them. Yes, they were young. So you have to think about it this way, like, no, you can't be with the rival, the son or the daughter of our rival, right? Not to say that it's that deep, but there's something here where there's some friction. And I'm not getting that spirit of saying, oh no, this can't be, this has to stop. I'm more so getting the element that you both have the decision and choice whether or not you're going to decide if this is the connection for me, or am I willing to face whatever comes or whatever adversities come with this connection. Because in truth, when you sign on to do life with somebody, you're going to have some type of adversity, but can you withstand that? But this element of adversity, there's something here with like forces that are kind of in the middle. They're causing discord in a sense. And I feel like, in short, whoever, it's like the feminine aspect of this is kind of allowing people to maybe get in their ear about their connection. I want to see more of what Spirit is saying. Spirit, what is this? Yeah, it's like this is there's something faded about this. Don't idealize the connection and like covet it and put it on a pedal, or idolize the connection. Don't do that. Have balance about it. But I am getting this a quality of divinity, and it does need to be kept sacred. That's just what I keep getting. For those of you that this is for anyway. Let's see. Holy Spirit. New chapter. Open roads. Premonitions. Evil eye. Yep. I feel like I have to speak on this first. I do feel like there's people that have the evil eye on this connection. Whether it's jealousy, whether it's just people that love misery, right? Misery loves company, as they say. The Judas. Someone here that you think that you can trust, or think that, or if it's not you, whoever, if it's the masculine, feminine, whoever, there's someone in one of you's life that one of you thinks is someone you can trust, thinks has your best intentions, or you feel or think that this person would want the best for you or something like that. They don't. Yeah, someone that does not, illegal grounds, trespassing spiritually. Yeah, okay. Someone that, like I said, people that don't have the permission to speak on your situation, or even tap into it, or give you advice, right? Or whatever. They're not being divinely permitted to do so, because I feel like this person does not have the right intentions. The Spirit says it's spiritually trespassing, because this person, I have not permitted you to speak to this person about their situation. I have not permitted you to give him or her advice, or I have not permitted you to say who they should marry or who they don't marry. I make that decision, right? That's what divine is saying to whoever this person is. That is this Judas. If you don't know who Judas is, one of Jesus's disciples that was his follower, that turned on him for some money, turned him in so he can be crucified. That person that ended up hanging themselves out of so much torment, spiritual torment, and all of that. So whoever this person is, they might want to tread lightly. Because what people don't realize is that when others work against people and do all this little slick shit and putting negative energy on people and doing stuff purposely to hurt or to backstab and all of that, they're not doing it necessarily to the person. They're actually working against whatever the divine is doing in that person's life, right? So let's say this is those type of unions or connections that's blessed by the divine for some type of spiritual purpose, to edify or to help people or to break generational curses or whatever, right? And you have this friend or you have a family member that is intentionally trying to cause you to be separate or cause you to be single or want you to date or mess around with the wrong people or want you to sleep around or whatever, because maybe out of their own jealousy, because they feel like, oh, this person thinks they all that, or oh, I don't want this person to move on or to have somebody before I do, or whatever the energy is. This person is stopping something that the divine is doing, and they're hurting themselves. They're not really hurting you, in a sense they are, but they're playing themselves. It's someone that does not have legal ground to speak on your situation or to help you or to, it's something, yeah, somebody here is not right, whether it's on your end or your person's end. There's some Judas around, but there's a new chapter, a new path that's opening up for some of you. I don't know if you guys are into road opener work, like candles or baths, something with road opening. And I feel like Spirit is giving you and your person glimpses into something to come. Eat to live, I don't really resonate with that. But if somebody needs to eat better, take that into consideration, especially if there's a child that's about to come into the mix. Maybe that's what it is. Take care of your temple. Activations. This is my Goku. Super Saiyan Goku card. So yeah, there's a spiritual activation that's happening. And yeah, that's why, okay, so if you guys are being guided to change your eating habits or your diet, it's for a purpose, it's for a reason. Your energy is leveling up. Your spiritual giftings is, yeah, on 10. The angel of principalities. So there's angels over here that is trying to direct this connection and bring it to justice. With the angels of principalities, if you don't know those level of angels, look them up. Maybe that'll give you more clarity or more discernment. All right, so I really don't feel led to pull any more cards. If signs mean anything to the situation, Pisces energy did come out. Sagittarius energy. Gemini energy with the Lovers card. Aquarius. So the Sagittarius energy, some of you guys could be born between December the 1st through the 11th. Pisces energy, March 11th through the 20th, if that means anything to you. If not, it could just be time, something with time frames or past events, something significant, or other key players in the situation might have those dates. Okay, so let's see. Anything else that Spirit wants you to? Anything else? All right, let's see. Okay, you have the Yin, rise of the divine feminine. I've been picking up that energy a lot, the rise of divine feminine. But I feel like in this instance, whatever this down energy that you've been in, feminine energy, or just kind of like you've been healing and you've been purging and you've been releasing, you're about to come back fired up. There is a glow up in your energy. And when I say glow up, it's not just all physical and how you look physically, but your energy, your spirit, your essence. There's a glow. I do see a pregnancy for some of you. I've been picking that up often with cancer pregnancy, like cancer season pregnancies. Loyalty comes in all shapes and sizes. So again, I'm just getting this reassurance of, it's like, ask Spirit for discernment for this reading, you guys, because I'm not, this is the thing, like when I do these types of readings, I know that it may sound good to people and all of that, and people want to cling on to these readings. I'm not speaking loosely just for entertainment and for people to take what I'm saying and be in a limerence with whoever they have on their mind, because it may not be that that's who the divine is speaking about. That's why discernment is everything. And I would also ask for confirmation from the divine to confirm if this message is for you or not. And if it resonates with your spirit, you'll know. But confirming, specifics like this person, you know what I mean? Like, be very mindful of that. That's all I have to say, because I know that the readings can resonate in essence, but sometimes we'll go in with a specific person in mind, and then it just causes that confusion, and I don't want to do that. So I would suggest, encourage you guys to seek divine counsel about these types of readings, because whatever this is right here, for those who it's for, inevitably, because I'm not just speaking false prophecy, I want to speak truth for those only who it's for. So this is not everybody's message. So I pray that those that have the ears to hear this, and if this is their message, that it falls on the right ear, and that they do well with the message, whatever's in alignment with their highest good and will, and all parties involved highest good and will, that this connection, it is divine, it is sacred. And for some of you, it is marriage in this, whether, like I said, you're already married to this person, or you guys are planning to get married, it's already been set, or engagement, or you guys talked about it, or it's something that is to come down the line where that will be a thing. This is a very sacred energy, but like I said, I feel like it needs to be kept protected because of the type of interference. And if it's one of those divine connections that are being divinely put together for a high purpose, look what's under the lovers, the devil. So there is some type of demonic energy, and I do feel like there's a counterfeit energy in the mix of this as well. It didn't really come out too much, but I do sense it. I think we did pick up a third party. Yeah, because this connection, it might be generational wealth that comes out of it, and this generational wealth is not to be centered around greed, but to edify people and communities and things like that. There's a lot to this connection, and this is part of the reason why it's kind of like it has delays. But Spirit is saying time is an illusion. Give up the timing to the divine. There's nothing that no one can really do to stop this connection. It's just really a matter of delaying the connection and causing distractions that really need to be those reinforcements, like I said, to prevent those distractions and those delays. You have put on the full armor of God at the bottom of the little deck that I made, and that just means to be fully suited in the divine, whether that's through speaking in truth, speaking truth, being in wisdom, being in a, look up what the full armor of God means if you feel led to. And for some of you guys, you know about that. And this devil can really just represent like the shadow aspects of a relationship, and what causes the friction is the shadow self, the ego, the lower self, right? The fears, the insecurities, the toxic behaviors, and like I said, it could be a third energy here. I'll clarify that real quick for those of you that may want to know about that. That's not everybody's situation, so please do not get all caught up in that, because I don't even like giving too much energy to that type of stuff, unless I'm led to read on that. Holy Spirit, what is this devil energy? Five of Cups in reverse. So you have the Five of Cups technically twice, two different decks. So it's really like the biggest thing that this devil card represents is someone's lack of letting go of the past, kind of wallowing in what happened and being stuck in that self-sabotage energy rather than moving on and moving past what happened. And it could very well have been that there was some type of third-party interference that was romantic or sexual in nature. But Spirit is like, that is in the past. Because what's coming up here is that, yeah, there's love here. There's a feminine. I do feel like whoever the feminine is, you're having a hard time with really accepting what was, or facing the elephant in the room. It has to be addressed. Otherwise, you cannot move forward. Either otherwise, let it go, because you haven't let it go. This situation or what has hurt you is still living rent free in your mind. With all compassion, please take your time with your healing, and be compassionate with yourself. But at the same time, don't allow whatever this is to hold you back and to set you in a timeline that's no longer in existence. Okay? If there's certain fears that need to be addressed, by all means deal with them. And I also feel like the masculine energy, there still is some things here that needs to be released as well on their end. There's an equal amount of some type of toxicity. However, it's slice and dice. So no one is completely innocent, nor needs to be condemned either. Just address and deal with whatever this is. For some of you, it may need to be addressed within self first, and then with one another, really. Because self-forgiveness is the key I'm getting as well. But this connection does hold a level of responsibility. I feel it's not just all light and play. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not all it's about. There is passion, there is love, you know, that those type of things are there. I'm also getting something about getting in alignment with your values, like what this connection really means to you and what it means to this person. Okay. I do want to clarify one more thing. There's two kings here, and I want to clarify that, and I want to clarify, we don't really need to clarify the element of marriage, because I feel like that's being confirmed throughout the entire reading, but because there's like a lot of references to marriage. The two kings and this page of swords with this devilish mask. I want to read on those. So what is the connection between the king of hearts, which is the king of cups, and the king of pentacles? What is the connection, Holy Spirit, between the ace of pentacles? It's kind of like, it's not two people, right? I just wanted to, because I don't feel like it is, but I just want to discern. I don't feel like it's two people, is it? Queen of Cups, no. I feel it's like Queen of Cups. So there is counterparts. There we go. More confirmation. King of Hearts, Queen of Cups. There we go. And the Knight of Cups came out twice, by the way, in this deck and in this deck. So there we go with that as well. It's like feminine wants to make sure that it's safe to invest, and this is not a fly-by-night type of thing. So if you guys are literally engaged, you got a ring on your finger, or you put a ring on someone's finger, this feminine energy is wanting to really make sure that the masculine is serious about this, that this isn't just some romantic gesture in the moment, driven by passion, driven by you know, being in love with the idea of a person, but can you actually really put forth the work and the effort? Can I really trust that my heart is safe with you? That's what I'm getting. Like, are you really going to tend to this? Because I know that there's potential in this. I did a reading earlier today for someone, and I was breaking down how if you look at the scenery in the Ace of Pentacles, how it has that garden, there's an entry point to the rest of the garden that you can't see. So it's like we only are able to see a glimpse of what this pentacle provides. We know that it represents abundance, but there's no limit to this abundance, because we really can't see how far that this land goes, right? And when one pentacle, one penny can be invested and invested into something that can create generational wealth. So it's like this one thing, it's like I can see this potential, but for some of you guys, you're kind of limiting how much actually can come from this thing between the two of you. Because I feel like, again, I don't know why I'm hearing generational wealth, but this investment, I do feel like the intent of the masculine is to actually be serious and invest with this King of Pentacles. It is a seriousness. And with this tool is also as well, like, I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to put in the hard work at that. So I do see there's a level of dedication. There's a fear. I can't really pinpoint why all of you, you know, have this fear, whoever the feminine is. I mean, I can kind of see, you know, the word, you know, gossip came up, interferences, and I can kind of see that, and may even be a little bit of trauma from past experiences as well, just a little. Okay, but I feel like this feminine energy needs like some type of reassurance and comfort, and knowing that their heart is safe, that they can rest in their femininity with this masculine and not feel the need to protect themselves and to watch their back with their lover, or feel like once they give their heart to someone and feel like they can be vulnerable and trust this person, they'll stab them in the back, or they'll run, or find out that they can't provide what they said they were going to do, right? But no, I do feel like this masculine energy wants to work at this. Let me clarify this Page of Swords energy. I do feel like masculine energy is something about maybe wanting to come clean. Show your truth. Show your true face. Because the mask is being removed and the Page of Swords is a message. But it also has something to do with observing. Something of observance. Why is the Page of Swords here in this instance? Why is the Page of Swords here? The Four of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. It's kind of like, I do feel like someone's praying for a solution, a resolution, and feeling like they do need to fall back in the meantime, kind of to just get a sense of direction. Because I feel like however this masculine is looking at the feminine, is this feminine seems to be content. And I don't want to mess with this person. I don't want to bother them. Am I really ready to give? Or, yeah, someone feels like they need to kind of rest and meditate, or really think on something first. They don't want to mess with this person's peace. That's what I'm getting. This masculine doesn't want to mess with this feminine's peace. But there is some type of coming clean. That's what I heard. And the observance. Two of Wands. I do feel like feminine energy, the root chakra specifically, there's something with feeling safe and secure. And I did pick up like a kind of a toxic element of tapping into the masculine side of yourself in some way to protect yourself or to avoid your emotions, and that's not in your nature. Spirit is saying boundaries, balance the energy out with, like I said, with that Medusa energy, by having boundaries and not hiding and shying away from the fact that you have the gift to see and you can call bullshit. I'm gonna be transparent real quick because I feel like it might be helpful. So I was cool with somebody. It was a male friend, right? And this male friend was all intrigued by the fact that, you know, I can see things, and my dreams, I have the ability to get messages in my dreams, and they could be good messages, or they can be messages. I call them gifts of warning, because at least you got a heads up about something you need to watch out for, right? They were all intrigued by, oh, that's cool, that's dope, whatever, blah, 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 right? But then it come down to the point where I called this person out on a lie, because I had a dream about this person doing something before they even told me they did it. So I was like, oh yeah, I had a dream about that. Before you even did what you did, I had a dream about it. And I told them what I was seeing around me in my environment. This person got spooked the fuck out. I have not heard from this person. They'll still look at my Instagram stories and stuff when I do post, which is so stupid. But like, it's like that type of energy. Like Medusa's energy, like people can look at Medusa in one or two ways. You can look at her as this mystical creature, like, you know, this half forgot like hair of snakes. Like, it's kind of cool, it's kind of dope. Like, it's kind of scary, but it's kind of sexy at the same time. Or you can be like, oh no, this bitch is scary. She's ugly. Oh no, I don't know. Was she a witch? Is she a whatever? I don't want to deal with it. Is she cursed? I don't know. You shouldn't shy away from who you are. How people interpret you is completely up to them. The right person is going to embrace you as you are. They're not going to be like, oh my God, like, oh, you're weird, and oh, I'm scared. Like, it's just funny. Don't shy away from your gifting. Don't shy away from who you are, because you'll do yourself this disservice of having the right people around you that see you for you and will appreciate you for you. And the wrong people, let them think what they want to think and let them stay on the sideline. Some people know not to mess with certain people. So Spirit's saying, don't hide the part of you that is nurturing and loving and compassionate, but also don't shy away from standing in your truth and standing in your power. You don't have to be too much on one spectrum in the extremity of it, of, oh, I'm going to be overgiving. And I talked about this on my Instagram too. You don't have to perform to receive love. You don't have to do things to get love. Like, I feel like that is programming. It's like a pathology that we've learned as children, to feel the need to have to perform to receive love. Oh, I got to get good grades. Oh, I have to make sure that I do my chores. Or I got to be, if my mom or my parent says, I got to do this, I got to do that, and outshine this other kid, or do this or do that, I better do it. And sometimes, like, parents, they might have a habit of kind of giving their children the silent treatment, or reminding them of how they failed and how they're displeased with their failure, right? And so it creates this pattern or this addiction to perform to receive love. And then when we come into adults, we perpetuate those same things in our relationships with people, whether it's platonic ones, and continually to do that with our parents. And sometimes, like, if you have a narcissistic parental figure, nothing you do for them is ever good enough, right? So it's like you're constantly performing to receive that love or that validation or that approval that you just never seem to get, right? Break that pattern. That's the overgiving. And then there's the extremity of, oh, I'm going to protect myself because I feel like nobody else protected me. No one else appreciates me. So I'm going to be overly protective and push everybody away. Or I'm going to just be just completely all toxic, F love. I'm going to use this person. I'm going to do this to this person. I'm going to do that. I'm going to hurt them before they get me, type of thing. Balance the energy out and say, I could still be open in love, but still have discernment, and protect my energy from those who don't deserve my energy, and give to those who love me. I only want what wants me, right? And not to say that everything that wants you is necessarily for you, but you know what I'm saying. Find the balance. That could have been a lesson in the past, maybe in this situation, maybe the extended overgiving, to moving into the spectrum or the extremity of not even wanting to give anymore, or feeling like it's stupid, or being vulnerable is not a good thing, right? Clear that energy out. Unlearn that. Unlearn that. Yeah. Yeah. And you'll be able to wean out the counterfeits immediately. Like, you'll be able to do that. Like, you'll have people that project like they can handle who you are, and they're all for it, and they're encouraging of it. But like that last situation, like I told you, my experience, it turned sour real quickly. Like, they got scared. But that's a good thing, because it's like Spirit is removing people that are not for me, that are not a part of my tribe. Whatever, whether it's platonic or whether it's romantic, you're removing and you're weaning those people out. You're clearing out those bad apples, right? You can't produce good fruit when, in some things, it doesn't even have to be that people are bad people. It's just, you're just not a part of the tribe. You know what I mean? So it's not a bad thing. I think we should pull some advice. I'm going to use the Rose Oracle, and then I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, and I wanted to leave this scripture with you guys. It's a very popular scripture, and you can take it in the contents of partnership. You can take it in the contents of blessings and things like that. But what God brings together, let no man separate. I'll just leave it at that. All right, Holy Spirit, what is the advice for this collective because I've been on here for a minute. For a little minute, and it's late here. I just felt guided to come on here and do a quick reading. I wanted to use these little oracle cards that Rose Bay Tarot gave me. Like, I just wanted to come on here real quick and use them. I did not have an idea that it was going to go this far into the reading. The Anointed. That is why. I don't know if y'all watched that reading that I did. When you're anointed, you can't just date anybody, or, you know, like, you're not just anybody. So again, this type of energy, this type of connection, it's divine. It's divinely ordained. Like, you couldn't put this together. It may not make sense to other people, may not even make sense to yourself, but there's a divine design to this connection, in other words. So you have the Anointed. It says, answer the call, leadership, empowerment, and soul gifts. There's so many ways that you can go into this reading. Like, I can be on here probably for like 2 or 3 hours reading on this situation and go into the aspects of what the call is and how this kind of propels you to tap into your gifts, or how you can utilize your gifts specifically, and not where it's all about romance, you know what I mean? But I feel like the advice for you more so is to really ponder, are you being called to something? It's not so much the relationship, but the relationships might be the door to something deeper, to a calling. Like I said, if this is an ordained connection, because remember in the beginning, for those of you that were in the beginning of the live, if you didn't, you can always start from the beginning, but with that Hierophant, it has a church. There's some type of sacred, it's something here with this connection where you show some type of sacred, it's like a reverence to something. It's a spiritual divine contract here of some sort. So the answer, the call, leadership, you're being called to something greater than yourself. And I don't feel like you really fear love. You fear what this love will activate in you, or what it is activating in you. You did, matter of fact, we did pull the activation card in my little oracle cards I made. It's a fear of what it's going to take you, where it's going to take you, really. And this connection, every connection we have in this lifetime, whether it's with family, whether it's with friends, whether it's strangers, business connections, whatever, romantic, they play some type of catalytic role in our life. I don't know if the word catalytic is a proper term, but they play some type of role as a catalyst. So it's like this connection could be triggering the inner child wounds to purge that out of you, so that you can step into the placement of leadership. When you're dealing with the orphan spirit, and the orphan spirit doesn't mean that you were born an orphan, it just means that you may have grown up in a household where you dealt with heavy abandonment, where you never felt that you were protected. You might have had a parent that was always emotionally shunning you out, didn't nurture you. You didn't have the proper loving and protection. You weren't provided for in the way that you needed. That development as a child, the things that you needed to develop that may have not been there, right? So when you get into your adulthood, you feel like, okay, well, I'm my protector, I'm my nurturer, and you're kind of forcing yourself to learn how to do that. It's kind of like a surrogate, or you're mimicking what you think nurturing is or protection is, but not because you actually experienced it, right? So you go into life kind of mimicking this false sense of protection, and you're operating this energy of kind of repelling love. You might subtly, subconsciously attract partners you know are not going to stick around, because you kind of feel safe in that. You, at the same time, you might be sad and be like, oh, damn, that didn't work out. But at the same time, it's kind of like a relief because they didn't get too deep, or they didn't show up anyway. It's perpetuating the same experiences that you had as a child, right? Where maybe your parents failed you, right, in some type of way. Oh, I see, I can't count on the friends. Oh, I can't count on my man or my woman. Oh, I can't count on this person or that, right? It will repeat that. And this connection kind of pushes you to face that head on and deal with it. So that with whatever this connection is calling you, it's a door, it's a means to an end. This connection is leading you somewhere. Same goes for your person. It's calling you, even, I feel like you can even take this in the here and the now, beyond where this connection is going to take you. Just looking at the here and the now, how you've grown, how much you've learned about yourself, right? It's a journey. So whatever this place within your purpose and your call, this connection is kind of, it is something that kind of charges it. You guys are like a magnet, so it charges this electricity. It creates some momentum. It creates some type of frequency that's powerful, right? Within yourself and within each other and those who are around it. That's why I say these type of connections, they get attacked a lot, because not only are you powerful just as your own source of circuit, your power does edify the connection, and your person's power edifies it, and your giftings and all of that. When you come together and those energies charge, it's a circuit that affects everyone around you and in the planet itself. And that's why they get attacked so much by those dark forces. This is helping you to tap into your gifts, your soul's gifts. I'm not just talking about, oh, I'm a good writer, oh, I'm a good singer, or oh, I can speak and I could do, but your soul gift, like your soul's gift and power, and what that really means. I don't even feel like we even scratched the surface of that. I'm not even sure how to even explain it to you. It might just be an experience that we all have to have on our own, but your soul's giftings. Matter of fact, I want to read the book. I want to see what they say about this card. I don't always read my Oracle Decks books, but sometimes it really does have some good information. Like, the person that created it didn't just write the book for nothing. There's something to it. Let's see. What the hell? I just rolled up on the page perfectly. What the heck? Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's talking about rose oil. I don't know if we want to talk about all that. Okay, so rose oil has been used to anoint initiates through the ages. Royalty too. This card is here to herald you into an even more powerful expression of what you came here to be and do. It's calling you to step forth into your inner queendom and kingdom, to answer the greatest call of your soul and face your true north, your north node, right? To seed even more of what you came here to share, to acknowledge your arrival as the initiates of your life, to shed the external noises that may have been stopping you from being all that you already are, to realize that you've been training for this for a long time, perhaps even lifetimes. The path your soul chose to walk is one that few have the courage to walk. And you came here for this. You are being led through this. Your soul is ancient, and with every step you've taken and every body you have been planted in, you've gathered a kaleidoscope of gifts that are ready to be shown and shared. You are being called to deeply trust the call that you've been hearing. To lead, to lead, to lead. The path you are here to pave has not been walked the way you'll walk it. And as with all ancient initiates, healers, visionaries, creators, and leaders, you're just one magnificent thread in the tapestry of life. So go your own way and trust the road that beckons you forth, and always be led from within. The soul inquiry asks, how are you being called to step forward and lead? That is the advice for you. How are you being called to step forward and lead? That is the biggest thing to sit with. And the answer may not be instantaneous. It may be something that comes at the divine right time, but be open to when it does come. Just be open, be receptive. Spirit, how do you want me to walk and to lead? How are you calling me forward? Period. Soul, my soul, how are you calling me forward and to lead? Right? I might do an extended of this reading on my Patreon for real, because I feel like we can be here for hours doing this. So I might actually do that. If not like a video, maybe do like a live stream exclusively only on Patreon. Yeah. I'll leave my link so you guys can join my Patreon if you feel led to, because I feel like some things do, I've said this before in other readings. I feel like some messages need to be kept sacred. It's not meant for everyone. And on top of that, like, not everybody is going to resonate. Let's just keep it real. So rather than wasting my breath and just like doing all of that, if this reading resonated with you, you guys can, I just created it not too long ago. So I will post it so you guys can go on there and you guys can follow me or join me on Patreon. And then I'll probably do a follow-up of this reading most likely as a live stream, because I do feel like there's a lot more to this. This energy right here. I really did not expect to go in like that in this reading, but hey. But that is the read for now, at least. I do hope that whomever these messages are for, those of you that resonated with it, will come to resonate with this when it's, whenever you do cross this reading, if it's for you, that it does help you and that it does lead you to where you need to be essentially. But yeah, I think we're going to do an extended of this one because this was pretty cool right here. Okay. I feel like there's a lot more that wants to come out, but we'll leave it at that for now. Okay. If you guys would like to book your own divine partnership reading, I have a divine partnership grand. It's called Divine Partnership Grand Spread. If you guys would like to tap into that, let me know. Don't have to have a specific person. You guys could just be tapping into the essence of your divine union. Even if you haven't met your person or know who they are yet, you can still book one with me. So yeah, everything will be in the description. I appreciate y'all so much. Much love as always. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Much love as always.